Hey guys, it's Liv and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are finally going to be doing my Fitbit Versa review. I have been trying out this device for around about 6 months now and I know exactly how I feel about it and I feel like I can bring you guys a really comprehensive review. Before we go any further, I will leave all of my Fitbit reviews linked off down below. I have been a lover of this brand for a really long time. I do want to make it clear though that I did get this sent to me for free, although I have bought other Fitbits in the past myself. When I first got this device, I did film a first impression, so I will leave that linked off down below as well if you guys wanted to check that out before you watch my full review. Now, the Versa is kind of like my perfect smartwatch. So I go to the gym 5 times a week, I lift weights, I do cardio sometimes, I go for walks sometimes, and I find that it is pretty much the perfect watch. The reason why I like it is because it is a big enough of a watch face that I can see what's happening, but it's not too big or too bulky that it gets in the way, especially with my very tiny wrists. Before we go any further, I did want to go through the pricing. I have New Zealand dollars and American dollars here. If you want to know how much it is in your country, just look up your nearest electronics store. So in New Zealand, the Fitbit Versa retails for $349 and in America it retails for $199. One of the things that I love about the Fitbit brand is that you can change up your look really easily. They sell a whole bunch of different watch straps that you can change out very easily. I'll be showing you guys in little overlays what they look like on my wrist. Now the first option that they have is the replacement silicone bands. I'm not sure if this is how they come. I got this sent to me through PR, but these retail for $50 New Zealand, or if you live in the US they are $29.95. They also have some other designs if you guys are looking for something more fancy that you can wear to dinner or to work, if you think that the silicone is a little bit too informal. So they have a variety of leather styles. I have the brown leather here, and they also sell metal links. The metal links come in silver and in black. I actually have a rose gold Versa, so I'm not too sure how these are going to look. The leather bands retail for $79.95 New Zealand or $50 American, and the metal link bands are $170 New Zealand or $100 US. As I was saying before, this watch is incredibly lightweight, like so lightweight I barely feel it on my wrist. I've used a lot of other Fitbits in the past that have been a lot bulkier, a lot bigger on the wrist. This one is the perfect size. If you guys have a slim wrist, or even if you guys have a larger wrist, this will look awesome on you. I've seen it on large wrists, small wrists, in between wrists, and it looks great on everybody. But the most important thing is that it's not too overwhelming on a small wrist. Whereas I used to have an Ionic, and that was bigger than my wrist. The watch face was bigger than the width of my wrist. So this looks so much better on a skinny wrist. Now I'm not going to go through every single feature in this video because this thing is feature packed. If you guys want to know more, I will have it linked off down below like I said earlier, but I am going to go through my top favorite features that I find useful myself. Like most other Fitbits, the Versa has really awesome heart rate tracking, and I find this super helpful because I personally have a really high heart rate. Don't know why, maybe I have tachycardia, who knows, it's just very high. So I find it really interesting to be able to tell how high my heart rate is all throughout the day, and of course being able to track heart rate is going to make your workout tracking a lot more accurate. You're going to know what zones you're in while you're working out, and you're also going to have a much better idea of how many calories you're burning. The heart rate tracking also helps with the sleep tracking function, so I love that as well. I find it so interesting when I wake up to look at how my sleep was. This isn't something that I use every single day, but it's awesome that every single day it is tracking and it's creating that data. It can also help you to see like what times you're waking up, what time you're actually going to sleep, and it can help you make adjustments so that you're actually getting the right amount of sleep for your body. Something about the Versa that I love, but also might not be great for everyone, is that it has an NFC chip, which basically means that you can set up a card on the watch and then you can pay with it at a paywave. That being said, I'm pretty sure the only bank that's available in New Zealand at the moment is ASB, which I unfortunately ASB, but I don't think they have any other banks, so that's kind of not ideal if you're not ASB, but for me I find it so helpful. I can go to the supermarket, I can go to a coffee shop, I can go wherever without my card, and as long as they have paywave, I can pay with my watch. If they don't have paywave, that's a very awkward exchange. And it has happened before. Now the battery life on Fitbits are way better than Apple Watches if that's kind of what you're tossing up between, because this does look very similar to an Apple Watch, it's just more square. This guy is supposed to have 4-day battery life, but because I work out 5 times a week and I'm working out for at least an hour, that's quite taxing on the watch itself. I find that I get in between 3 and 4 days, whereas when I first got this device and I wasn't going to the gym as much, I would definitely get 4 or more days. The charger is super duper simple to use. You just clasp it onto the device, you plug it into any normal USB charger, wall or PC, and I find that it charges no longer than 2 hours. I'd say sometimes like an hour will do it. It depends on what wall port you use or if you use your computer or not. I usually just charge it for an hour after I get out of the shower and then pop it straight back on my wrist. So the Versa is supposed to be Fitbit's smartwatch, and I would say that it's a smart-ish watch. It's not a super smart watch that has apps that are really fluid with your phone, or, you know, it's not super smart, but it is pretty smart. So you can get text, call, calendar, and any app notifications that you would like on your watch. However, if you have an iPhone, you cannot respond to texts. If you have an Android, you can. Apple has just blocked that service from happening. But it is still really handy that you can see stuff on your wrist. You can also answer your phone from your wrist, which makes it a lot easier if your phone is on the other side of the room. I find it really helpful that I can just answer it and be like, I'm coming, as I'm like running through the house to my phone. The notifications are good because you can turn them on or off. I know some people don't like to have that much of connectivity. I like to get my tweets, my fasting reminders, and my text to my watch and my calls. That's it. You could go full bore and have everything, but of course that would impact your battery life, so just keep that in mind. Most of the features on the Versa aren't unique to the Versa, if that makes sense. They come on a lot of other Fitbit devices. It's just more a preference of what sort of watch you want. So I love the silent alarms on all of the Fitbit devices, but the one on the Versa is nice and strong. It also does have like a extra strength that you can turn it on, so it's like a very, very loud vibration. I just have it on default and it wakes me up perfectly every day. I will say though, if you guys have a partner, it does wake up my partner if my watch is on the bed or near to his side of the bed. So just keep that in mind. It's not that silent, like the vibrations can wake up other people. Just wanted to let you guys know. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is the fitness tracking. So obviously this is a fitness tracker. First and foremost, the smart things kind of come to the side, but I love this device. It works so well at tracking all of my exercises. It does have smart track, which means that if I go for a run and I forget to turn it on, it will track that. If I clean the house and I work up enough of a sweat, it'll track that. It's really, really awesome for that because sometimes, you know, you might forget, but you still want to be credited for doing work. I don't normally forget when I go to the gym. I just set it to the weights option and it tracks everything perfectly. When I say everything though, I mean it tracks my heart rate, it tracks my steps and everything like that really perfectly, and the app obviously is awesome. I've talked about the app a lot in my other reviews, so I'm not going to go in depth with it today, but the app is probably my favourite fitness app that I've ever seen. Now I do have two kind of negatives to this product. The first one is that this screen scratched so easily for me. I have had issues with none of my other Fitbits scratching. This one has got the most amount of scratches out of all of my Fitbits. That being said, there's like 2 or 3 tiny hairline scratches on the screen, but it is frustrating when you're getting a device that's $350 to have it scratch so easily. In the device's defense though, I have never been as active in gym going as I have since I've gotten this watch, so there's a chance that I've knocked it with dumbbells, whereas before my Fitbits have never been at the gym as much. So take with it what you will. I do just want to let you know that this has scratched considerably more than my other devices though. An easy fix for that though would be going onto eBay or Amazon and just buying a screen protector. If I could turn back time, I would go and buy myself a screen protector. They are cheap as chips and they do the job and they stop the screen from getting damaged, and they also don't impact your view or the touch or anything like that. I've had them in the past, just not on my Versa. And my last negative is something that I think might just be me, but I find this really frustrating, is that if you have what I mean is if you have screen wake on, if you turn your wrist like that, it should flick on the Fitbit screen. I have that turned off because in the middle of the night when I'm rolling around in bed, it thinks that I'm flicking my wrist. I find that really frustrating, but I also find it more annoying that I have to tap my watch to turn it on. So I wish they had like a night mode or something so that it knew that like between the hours of 10 and 7, when you flicked your wrist, you didn't want it to turn on. And that also is quite annoying when you're at a workout. You have to either have it on all the time or have it off, unless you have screen wake on, which I don't really like having that because it literally wakes me up in the middle of the night and blinds me, which is not ideal. I think that that's everything that I have to say about the Fitbit Versa. All in all, I think it's an awesome device. It's my favourite Fitbit by far. It's not their most expensive, it's not their cheapest, but I personally would say that it's my favourite that I've ever tried. Non-biased review. I was actually going to buy this one myself, but I got invited to the launch, so obviously I didn't buy it. But I would say that it's the most similar looking to an Apple Watch. It's very, very sleek and thin. It does come in a variety of different colours. You can get the special edition ones with woven straps. There's actually a new strap that I saw on the Fitbit website that I'm pretty sure I'm going to order. It's like metallic and black like material. It looks really, really cute. I'll try and remember to put a picture over here for you guys to see because it looks amazing. I would definitely love to know your guys' opinions. Do you love Fitbits? Do you love Garmin's? Do you like Apple Watches? Please let me know your favourite type of fitness watch if you have one down below, or if you're going to get a Versa, don't forget to let me know because I'd love to hear that my reviews have helped somebody in some way, whether you chose to get a different device or this one or another Fitbit, whatever. I would totally love to know. If you have more questions about this device or any other Fitbits, feel free to post them down below and I will get to them as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching. If you did enjoy this video and find it helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I love you guys so much. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!